And why wasn't it on the agenda?
It's the health and safety plan in general.
Peter,
Honestly,
it
guys.
is on the agenda in this item, 2.01. That's what we're
Where's,
discussing.
could you,
We are discussing.
I am so tired of you guys telling me something's there or something was said when it's not. This motion is not on the agenda.
You're right, because we didn't.
Well, you
want the
just said it
motion.
was,
No,
Mark.
Peter, would you like to listen?
You said
Would
it's
you-
right there.
You know, the only way you can listen is to stop talking.
You said
Would
it
you
was
like
right
to-
there,
Would you
Mark.
like to
Let's-
listen?
let's let Mark
Would you
make
like
his
to
point.
listen?
Yeah, make your point.
I said what's on the agenda is a discussion item under the health and safety plan. So if you actually were listening to me, that's what you would have heard. Your problem is that you only hear what you want to hear. We decided as a board, including Dr. Miller, to not have the motion after Joe asked for it, which is exactly what we've learned to do since the new board was sworn in.
Then why didn't leadership talk to Joe and tell him?
Why
He
didn't
was
Greg-
told,
why
that's
didn't
why
Greg
he
send
made
an
a
email?
motion, and Greg said, let's wait to the 21st. So we're discussing it now as a discussion item, and we will vote on it on the 21st. This is exactly what we're supposed
He
to
made
do.
a motion.
So,
Greg.
Carla, to your question, I can't answer for Greg because I don't know.
At a meeting night where this topic specifically was intentionally excluded from the agenda. Board leadership had a motion brought to them by Joe for consideration for this. Board leadership chose to remove it from the public-facing agenda. No one in Pine-Richland, except the four, knew that this was coming.
Actually, Peter, that's a misrepresentation.
Who else knew?
Okay, so let me first ask you a question. The litmus, so first of all, we can decide as a board leadership what goes on the agenda. We did not feel a motion was appropriate, so it was not on the agenda.
I'm waiting for who else knew.
What, there were numerous meetings that you decided not to put a motion on the agenda under.
Who else knew?
Why do you have to know if there's no mo, if we make a decision not
Yeah.
to make. a
So
motion
how
on
was
the
it a
agenda,
misrepresentation, Mark? Who else knew?
You're misrepresenting the spirit of the agenda.
I'm just stating the fact.
No, you're
These
not.
four people knew and the public did not. If there's another set of facts,
If
I
we
mean,
let
what
me know.
sort of
If we
facts do you
decide
have to
not have a
support
vote on
that?
something, so anyone could bring an idea to board leadership for a motion.
if the facts are uncomfortable, I get it, Mark, but that doesn't make them untrue.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Peter.
I know.
I'm a bit confused, but I'm going to let Dr. Miller weigh in. He was involved in this discussion as well.
Thank you.
You know, I'm starting to see what some of the comments are directed
mind
at
if
you.
I-
Yeah,
Mark,
accountability
Mark,
is
can we-
uncomfortable, Mark.
Mark and Peter,
You always
can we
gotta
let
be right,
Dr. Miller?
Peter, right?
Item 3.11 is a motion to approve, hang on, it's got to catch up. Motion to approve the nomination of Peter Lyons as candidate for the Allegheny Intermediate Unit Board.
Second.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there discussion? I would like to, if everyone's okay, if you would like to speak, I'd like to defer to Peter first, if that's okay, if you wanted to speak.
No, I'm happy to answer any questions. There haven't been any to date.
Okay.
I have something to say, and so I'll go now, I guess. So I'm sorry that I did not say this at the first vote, and yes, I still feel like I want to say this tonight. So I voted for Peter initially, and I plan to vote for him again. But here's why, and I'm speaking to my board colleagues, and I'm going to try a different tact than anger, than venom, than dislike of Peter. Because frankly, there's something bigger at stake here than personal opinion of Peter. So I'm talking to Christina, I'm talking to Amy, Greg, Lisa, and Joseph. Because you guys voted against them. This may not make any difference, but just if you can give me your attention for 2 minutes. So the main beneficiaries of the AIU are our staff and our special needs students. And this is my logic. It's better for them to have Pine-Richland representation on the AIU board than not. And I'd rather have Peter on the board than nobody from PR. Peter wants to continue to serve. Nobody else here does. So that makes a difference to me. Peter has served admirably on the AIU board. and he has proven an asset to stakeholders, again, staff and special needs students. It's a different arena than this arena. The common good is greater than any political differences or dislike that we might have with Peter. And unlike the Pine-Richland board, the AIU board is not policy-driven. It's focused on program and service delivery to staff and students. And, you know, my pastor says some people are EGRs. You know what EGRs are? Extra grace required. And Peter's one of them. But I care about Peter. I really do, just like I care about every one of you. And I could vote for any one of you for something that you really had a heart to do. Peter's imperfect, but guess what? We all are. He deserves forgiveness because we all need forgiveness. You know, the little bit of sample we had, of hatred we had tonight, if you felt that, imagine getting that 18 months, unrelenting. It wears on you. And I feel for him. He took the brunt of it. I mean, fact of the matter is, he took the brunt of it. So, by not approving him to serve on the board, people certainly will say he's getting what he deserves. He actually doesn't get out of his own way. He said that about some of us, but he actually is pretty good at it himself. But I love him. As different as we are in opinion, philosophy, I respect him, and I love him as a fellow human. So giving others what's coming to them, that's easy. We do that every day in this country, and it's sad. But treating others with mercy, that's hard, and that's special. So please join me in voting yes. Thanks.